Tier list time, baby. We're going to be talking about riposte set and reversal set. Who uses these sets where they, because there's a lot of confusion. People like, oh, I think it's great. I don't know if it's so good. We're going to try to clear it up. And this is still new into the existence of reversal and riposte. So things can change. New text can come out. Don't breathe too much into this. If I say your favorite unit is not that good on riposte set and you're having tons of success in it, tell me in the comments about how wrong I am. Love to hear it. Love to hear the text. So let's get into this. We're going to breeze through this really freaking fast because there's a lot of units to go through. We're going to look at all of them. We're not going to spend a ton of time on each one. We're just going to go over what we think about it. I know me and Biako disagree on certain things. When we are 100% disagreeing on things, then I'm gonna put what I think because it's my stream. Go. Abyssal Yufine. Some people are putting her. Some people are putting her on reversal set when she's on Holy Sacrifice and using it as a tech to push her back up so that if she's killed, she doesn't just get killed again. It gives her a chance to do her things. I can see it, but you're taking away lifesteal and from her, and it's so hard to keep her alive without it. Agree, Biako?
Yeah, you also lose so much stats that you could have from like destruction set or lifesteal set for doing reversal. Yeah, I can only see this as a like niche or like just a tech pick, but not as like not a standard or even cleave option.
Let's be fair, it's not just
or copium.
Yeah, or copium. Okay, I think nobody is on the fence about Afternoon Soak Flan. 100% evasion unit. She is best in slot. Some people are like, I don't know, you're losing a lot of damage taking her off of Destro and Torn, all that, but the amount that she will counter due to riposte more than makes up for that damage lost. I think by far and away it's her best in slot. Do we agree?
Yes.
Okay. Tywin, look, saying that a knight should be good on reversal because a knight can wear Holy Sack is pretty freaking copium. If you want to run your knight on Holy Sack and use reversal to tie into the Holy Sack, that's fine. That's right up there with saying anybody can be on reversal set if you pair them with Maid Chloe. Those are some neat techs, but I'm not going to spell it out with one or two exceptions where there are additional reasons, right? Tywin being on Holy Sack, he comes back with a CR push. What's he get?
And he does what? Nothing.
What's he get? He gets an S3 and he's lost his rage buff. But when knights like Mort come back with their Holy Sack, there's additional reasons why that push is critical. So that's what I'm going to go into. Arbiter Vildred. So Arbiter Vildred, if you run a degen RB, if you're already running a counter degen RB, riposte is just better because after he dies, he comes back to life. There's evasion, there's blind. Sure. I think this is more of a niche copium tech pick because
it's tech pick,
yeah, because when go
ahead. Usually like degen RB has always been like one of those like tech picks that people draft into like cleave scenarios and stuff like that. The riposte set just makes him better at what he was, but doesn't make him better than he is right now, right? So I would still go for like triple torrents on RB whenever I have the chance, but if I have a second RB, I will consider putting him on riposte instead of you know, counter degen.
Yeah, you see, I think there are 3 Arbiter Vildred builds, right? There's really fast RB, there's really slow nuclear RB, and then there's degen RB. And riposte is only a way to make a different degen RB, and it's the weakest of the 3 versions. But if you run degen RB and you like it and you get some mileage out of it and you want to do it and that's going to be your tech, go for it. But saying it's good, I think, is a stretch when the other 2 versions of RB just feel a little bit better. Arunka, I don't think most people run Arunka on Holy Sack, and if she does come back to life with Holy Sack, yes, she does get her buff back, so you could argue that with the Holy Sack version, but I don't think it's a strong enough S3 to warrant taking her off of Rocket Punch or Proof. Celine,
no.
I don't think you give up the damage.
No,
I don't think you give up the damage. Charlotte,
yes.
Okay.
Although she's a very bad unit, her best in slot should always be the reversal.
Why?
usually she will always wear Holy Sack, and you want her. Charlotte, it's always a Holy Sack unit.
How many Holy Sacks you got that you can spare one for, Charlotte?
Hey man, just saying. She was always a Holy Sack unit, right? Because once she comes back with the barrier, and then she can still proc her passive AoE slam.
And then she just dies because she has no lifesteal.
Yeah, but then
here you go.
It's cool. It's very cool.
It's the same thing as Yufine. Yeah, you can do it to push her up and make her do some things, but you're taking away her sustain. I don't think it's a good option. Plus, this is only if you're running her with Holy Sack, and I mean, there's so many other units from, you know, Mort to certain knights to Yufine that are gonna want your Holy Sacks. Okay. Where were we? Closer Charles. Sea Loser Charles can actually be decent on Riposte set.
Bruiser style, right?
If you're running a Bruiser Charles. And people are like, but Charles isn't a Bruiser. Well, he ain't an opener either, buddy. He ain't that fast. Like about the only successful use for Charles outside of PvE right now is a Bruiser Charles, and he does get some benefit. Not that he is a good unit, but that he is good with Riposte set. Dizzy, I've heard some people say you can put Dizzy on it, but that is hard. Here's the cope on Dizzy. Ready for the cope on Dizzy? She's got an S3 blind that you can't evade.
Yeah, then just don't
it always sticks as long as you got it sticks regardless of hitting, as long as you got the effectiveness on her. And now you got blind units who are triggering her post. It's
so bad.
It's such a dumb cope, but I'm going to leave it in there because every time we talk about it, somebody brings up Dizzy. So I'm just going to leave it in there. This isn't a cope tier. This is or niche tier. This is a cope tier, but you do you.
Senya,
Dragonbright Senya. I think if you have her on Holy Sack, she's going to come back and she's lost all the things that make her great.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm not going to put her in there.
Copium.
Yeah.
It's
No. It's not cope. It's just a Holy Sack. Sure, you know, we talk Holy Sack to death, right? Okay, Fenne, it can be good if you're running an RTA Fenne. In PvE, it doesn't matter a squirt of piss, but if you're running an RTA Fenne, you can use it to abuse and push her into the front and surprise some people and get some hits off because she can heal with her S1, because she can nuke with her S3. I do think it can have some value, but you're giving up a lot of damage. You're giving up the huge damage boosts and from destruction, you're giving up the huge speed boost from speed. It's going to be a much harder build, but if you've got the right gear, I think it can be good in certain situations. I think it's a little better than just calling it niche or tech.
Yeah. Just above Copium, yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any unit in the game that uses it more than Fern, with the exception possibly of Afternoon Soak Flan, and I think they're going to fight for who gets your best set. Genesis Ross. Some people are going to scream this. I think he is a damage dealing unit, and I think if you put him on anything other than destruction set, you're making a weaker Ross. But some people are building this as a tech pick, or to get him to cut to do damage, and if it's working for you, that's great. I'm not a fan of it. That doesn't mean it's not fine for you. I think it can be fine on him. I think destruction set is equal, if not better. So I'm just going to leave it in the can be good column. Agreed?
Yep.
Holiday Yufine.
There was some fun text with this, but let's be honest, it's cope as shit. But
it's so deep in the cope. You're dropping your speed set for this. You're ditching 25% speed for this. I don't even want to put it in cope. This cope makes this look brilliant. Kayron.
Yep.
Kayron, it's best in slot with a bullet. If you are going to run a Kayron, you want it on him. It's double-edged decrescent on steroids, right?
Yeah.
Krau's another one where you could argue. But his S3 is such high value, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else we've discussed who uses Holy Sack has a super high value S3. He has the ability to erase a unit from the team or do an AoE horse after he comes back to life with low health. I think it's best in slot on Krau. I think this is our first one. first one where, unlike, like, I run Holy Sack on my Fire Crows or my Ice Crowset, so it's best in slot on him right now. This one has such a high value S3, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, this is in best in slot for both set and artifacts. I agree.
Yep, and Cookie's right. He's got mitigation as kid. He no longer needs Arias, so he's logically on Holy Sack. Only best in slot if you're running Holy Sack. If you're not running Holy Sack, not best in slot. Lone Wolf Peira is interesting. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, check it. Right.
There is a. But if you
no.
there
is a very specific build, right, Biako?
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking of, right?
The 22 like average speed build.
Yeah. You get 22 speed on every single piece, and you can have a 280-ish speed Lone Wolf Peira on Riposte set with Uberus and just solo entire teams. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much she counters and ruins things, but it is the most whale tier high-end stuff that for the majority of the community it's copium, and for those who can do it, who are willing to dedicate their fastest gear to make a bruiser, that's one hell of a tech pick.
That's some Winter Wish level leaf spent just to get that gear.
This is everybody's going to say that this is brilliant when somebody whips it out in E7 World Cup, but this is not a build for mere mortals. So I'm leaving it down here in the
way too expensive.
Yeah. It's niche tech for the whales. It's copium for the rest of us, right? Maid Chloe. We talked about Maid Chloe in and of herself. Maid Chloe doesn't get much benefit from this, but if you're building teams around Maid Chloe, if you're making dupe units to run with Maid Chloe, you can actually put a reversal set on those units, planning to run them with Maid and do some shit. But that's kind of a very unique tech, and I don't think it fits into our tier list anywhere, guys.
It wouldn't help. Yeah.
Milim. What do you think about Milim on Riposte? I'm not. I mean, if
people. A lot of them, it's better than counter, right? Way better than counter.
It's better than counter. If you're running if you're running a bruiser Milim, right? If you're not running a speed Milim but a bruiser one, I have never had any luck. Every time I tried to run a counter bruiser Milim, she just died horribly. But Biako has made it work, right?
Yeah, a few times. But
okay, so
I haven't got the chance to pick Milim lately a lot, right?
Yeah,
sadly she's not that.
Again, a lot of these are conditional. If somebody who just looks at this tier list and will be like, what do you mean? She's a speed unit. Well, no, some people run her counter, and in that situation, she would be better on Riposte. Mort is...
Yep, that's... No.
Mort has got the highest value reversal of any unit in the game. Holy Sack procs, he comes back to life, and now his S3 is ready. Yes, you're giving up all of the damage from Destro. Yes, it is a much higher gear score requirement, but... An AoE fear, 2-turn fear is so debilitating that being able... Like, how do you fight Mort, right? Mort's on the enemy team, what do?
No.
You kill his ass before he can step on you. Well, now he comes back and he's going to get that push. He's going to step on you.
It's fair.
I think it's best in slot with a bullet. Hey, how are we feeling about Violet? I think it can...
Definitely not best in slot.
I don't think it's... Cope. I think it's cope. And everybody's going to be like, no, Riposte God. How you staying alive? There are no lifesteal artifacts for Violet. He just dies. Yep.
Yeah, you just die.
Lifesteal is way too important on Violet. Now, the moment a lifesteal artifact for Thieves comes out, bam.
With evasion on it? Yeah, it's not... Yeah, you don't even...
But until then, no.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, is this the same as the guys who were doing, like, speed Violet?
Spatial screaming into the ether. Give him a lifesteal exclusive equipment. Oh. Then you would have great synergy with Riposte.
Yeah, with 30% more evasion, right, on it. I'm down.
Ruele of Light is probably next to Mort. Mort. Ruele and Mort fight for the most benefit from reversal set. It's insane, especially after her buffs. Ruele is crazy good. Okay, Setsuka, I'm going to say it can be good.
I'm going to still stick with best in slot.
Best in slot. I'm going to put it at the very, very bottom of best in slot. With this caveat, you build all of the other units first. And why is that? First of all, Setsuka on a counter set has a 30% to counter every time she's attacked. On riposte set, she has a 70% chance to counter, but she only dodges 50% of the time. So that means 50% of a 70%, that's a 35% chance to counter versus a 30% chance to counter. Now, where does riposte get better? Riposte gets better when she blinds people, riposte value goes through the roof. Where does riposte get worse? When people put her to sleep, then counters value goes through the roof. When you've got Fat Cat on the team, riposte set goes through the roof. When you've got a unit on the enemy team that has accuracy, then counter set goes through the roof. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of a wash on which one's better. It's very situational. There's situations where counter is better. There's situations where riposte is better. And it all comes down to, how are you prepping for those situations? Are you always running her with Fat Cat? Well, then riposte is better. Are you actually getting a chance for her to take a turn and drop that S3? Are you not fighting units to put you to sleep? Then riposte set's better. Are you doing all of those things? Well, then counter set's better. Bottom line is, even when one has got an advantage over the other, it's close enough that you can get away with either, whereas Soak, Flan, Fern, and Kayron are always, in every situation, better on riposte set. So I think eventually all of us will probably wind up with riposte on Setsuka. I just think she shouldn't be the first target of your riposte sets. Yeah. And also Cookie said it best. If you're fighting thick ass tanky units, I love me an injury Setsuka. So she even has alternate builds outside of counter and riposte that you can be using. You don't have to use riposte. You don't have to use a slapback set on her at all. And so that's why I really lean to it can be good, but there are other options that can be good. But if you're talking about a difference between counter and riposte, you can put it up here. But I mean, if we had a tier between these two, I would put her in it. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in best in slot, because I do think when all is said and done, 5 or 6 months from now, most of us are going to have her on riposte, with a handful of people running a secondary or a niche build on injury. A Specimen Sez does have some evasion.
I mean, to be honest, he does have evasion. Now he has lifesteal built in.
He's got lifesteal built in. He doesn't need a lot of stats. I think he can be good on it. Because you don't need a lot of stats to kill things with Sez. I think you could surprise some people, and he doesn't need the super damage that comes with Destro. He doesn't need the super fast that comes with speed. I think you could pull it off. I think it can be good.
Is that slow Fern gear that you get rid of? It's what you give him.
Yeah,
he should be fine.
Yulha,
the Yulha is oof. That's a
okay.
Deuce. So yeah,
I think you're right. Go ahead and tell him why.
So most people nowadays don't build Yulha with Aureus. And they just tend to give her like Holy Sack, especially if you get like Strays Cleaved. She's gonna be your highest HP. She dies, pushes up, kills someone, right?
I think for the same reason as Krau, right?
Yes, exactly. It's basically just Krau, right?
The S3 nuke is such high value when she comes back to life that you want her to get it off. And anything that pushes her up to make that happen. 100% agree. Cartuja, I think it can be good on Cartuja. The only reason I'm not putting best in slot is I still think best in slot on Cartuja is a prot set, but you can put it on him to get some occasional provokes off his S1.
Farmer City Scopers, people are coping with that. It's a lot of cope. Like, sure, you push up, and then what are you gonna do? Tickle them? You don't have attack buff.
Yeah, right. You're not gonna have your attack buff. You're gonna lose all of your all of the damage you're going to get from Destro set or attack set or speed set. I don't know. Maybe if it's a banger reversal set, you could call it niche. Okay, I'm going to put this in can be good, because here's
insane.
Here's the tech, right? Some people say best in slot. Other people say, but Adin counters already. She only counters on the first hit. Now, sure, she CR pushes, but does she CR push up enough from her counters that she's not going to get hit more? And this will let her counter. And Adin hits so freaking hard on those counters. So some people really are liking it. I think it's more than just a tech pick. I think it is a viable build, but I'm not going to go so far as to say best in slot yet, though my opinion could change on that. People want to fight me over this every time I bounce between this and this.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, like,
instead of this or this, I'm settling on the middle.
So the thing is, one of the more annoying counters to Adin is Witch of the Mere Tenebria, especially with her restrict. If you're restricted, yes, you're gonna counter once, but then you're gonna be stuck there at the top of the CR bar, just taking a beat down without doing anything. Riposte and then Setsuka's RT will probably help you survive long enough to take the turn, but that's a kind of niche situation or scenario. So don't dump all your gear onto your only Adin.
Yep.
At least have two.
And Snowy pointed out really good too. If you stack New Kid with Setsuka, riposte set value goes through the roof on New Kid.
Yes. Yes,
Shuri,
that one.
Wretched Rose. I mean, here's the thing. She's not a very good unit, but if you really want to play with her, she was made for this set.
What do you mean not a very good unit? She's actually insanely fun, man.
Do you guys like playing 25-minute long RTA fights?
I do. Last day lasts in the season, man. Just holding people hostage forever with like 3 tanks and her.
So if you're that kind of asshole who never gets invited to parties, then she is the perfect unit for you. And she is best in slot on reversal set. Bianca's right. They built her entire kit with this set in mind.
Yeah.
Mirsa is right here with Remnant Violet, right? It's the same exact problem. Without lifesteal, your Mirsa just dies. So I don't think it's a viable build on her. Okay, Savior Adin, I think
can be good.
It can be good.
The Dark Adin. Yep.
Yep. I think you are giving up a ton of damage.
And lifesteal.
Yeah, you're giving up. You're giving up a destruction set. You're giving up a lifesteal set. You're giving up a speed set for those villains out there running a speed Adin, but it can have some use on her. I just don't think it's best in slot at all. That's it, guys. We have got 10, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 units out of roughly 370 some odd units in the game that are good on these sets, that have some niche picks in it. Missing Fire Lilias, there ain't no way you're running Fire Lilias on Holy Sacks just so you can get her S3 off. I mean, that's the most tech pick ever, right? You're running a Holy Sack Fire Lilias on massive crit damage so that she can die, come back to life, and S3 nuke the enemy. That, you know what, right? just for Cookie, because Cookie comes up with some wild stuff just for Cookie, and because we have many down there, I will go ahead and put her down there in the super niche tech pick. He does have a really good point. It's better than frickin' Charlotte. So true. Yeah, that's true. There you go, guys.
But yeah,
that's my list. Hopefully it helps you figure out who you're going to be building units for, and who you're going to be fishing for gear, and when it's kind of time to stop farming riposte and renewal set other than to improve what you already got. This doesn't mean new units and new tech aren't going to come out. This doesn't mean that the super special tech you've got cooked up was like, no, I put a reversal set on Green Landy and run her with Maid Chloe and Ruele, and then just eat people alive with my non-stop immortal Landy who keeps coming back to life with a CR push, including her own individual CR. You know, if you want to cook up some wild, I use the word if 19 times in a sentence and always get these specific units tech, you do you. That's one of the beauties of E7, is a game of team building, not unit building. And riposte and renewal, these are sets that aren't often standalone sets. They're sets that can be part of a team and a tech. So you do you, and you go have fun with it. This is just a baseline for units that it is pretty free and clear. They've got some solid uses, in my opinion, at a very early state in these sets' lives. Yako, you got anything left to say to YouTube out there?
Yeah, next time.
Like and subscribe, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.